All right. Good morning. Welcome.
What's up, guys?
Episode 2, and we have a special guest. We're doing an interview this morning. We want to show you that more than anything, we have live athletes. So we're not those Instagram people that just have these phantom athletes. We have an athlete here. He's been working with us for a short time, but we feel like we've known him for quite a while, especially Daphne in terms of that connection. But this is my man Tanner. I'm going to let him kind of give you what his name is, position, and things like that. So take it away.
What's up? My name is Tanner, like he said. I play wide receiver, slot receiver, and then I also played sometimes defense, corner, or safety. I am going to Davidson College to play football. So it's a small Division I program in North Carolina next to Charlotte, about 20 minutes away from Charlotte. Maybe some of y'all might not know what Davidson is, but it's Stephen Curry went there. So that's a big part of Davidson College and to take part of that. So.
Right. So he's part of the 5%, y'all. Mm-hmm. That's it's a real thing. So the journey has been obviously up and down, right? Mm-hmm. This is not an easy thing that you're attempting to do. Is there something that you can give feedback on, like something you wish you would have done earlier in this journey, and then what you know that you're going to step into college and how you're going to change?
Well, yeah, of course. First of all, I wish I started training earlier.
Right.
You know, my freshman year going to football, I didn't think anything was going to happen. I didn't think I was going to play college football. I just thought it was going to be a hobby, just to play, just to get away from from trouble in high school and everything else. So I didn't think high school football was going to come out of anything. I didn't think I was going to go play Division I football, even play college football. So I wish I would have started training earlier. I wish I would have started taking it earlier, started taking it seriously earlier. But that's probably one of my biggest things I regret, because I feel like I could have gone somewhere else, bigger, but I'm fine where I'm going, and I'm very excited. Yeah. But yeah, I wish I would have started training earlier, started taking those early steps because when I work out here, I see the younger kids here, and I'm like, they're on the right path. So I wish I would have done that a little earlier.
So takeaway, right? An athlete that is not like some of you guys that like you've been thinking about this from a little kid, right? This is a young man that said, hey, I want to do this to the next level, and from freshman on, this is so you can see we can take that lost time and we can shorten it, obviously, right? At Alpha, our biggest thing is about making Tanner better, right? He came to us, to be honest, he was already strong. He had a lot of the attributes that you want to see in a football athlete. So I hope that he sees the fine tuning mentally, spiritually, and more so physical. So although he's going to a smaller school, it's still a school. The work still had to be put in, and the passion and determination had to be applied, right? So now go ahead.
And still has to.
And still has to.
Right, because now you're taking another stepping stone,
and
you've got a whole other journey coming. Yeah.
I joke around with him because I told him he's going to get a thick neck. All my football players know once you start having that contact, you just, you're going to go into that full grown body, right? So wasn't really serious. Saw that I have a gift. What do I do next? Let me get some resources. Now that you're going off to Davidson, this next step, like how do you go into the unknown of not really knowing what's going on? How do you prepare for that?
Right. So I'm basically starting all over again. In high school, I was a freshman. I don't think they thought highly of me. They didn't think I was going to be a starter or anything. Then in high school, got a whole new coaching staff. So I switched things around. I was finally implanted my name at the school, and then a whole new coaching staff came in. So I have to do that again in Davidson. And I'm used to it. Yeah. I'm used to battling. I'm used to fighting. I'm used to just getting my name out there. So I feel like it's always a mindset thing.
There you go.
I can't go into it and think it's me versus my teammates.
Right.
Or it's me versus the other team. It's me versus me every single day.
Right.
So if I'm not better than if I was yesterday, then what am I doing?
Right.
Why am I here? Why am I training? Why am I going and playing football? So if I'm not better than if I was yesterday, then that's what my mentality is going to college.
So I did hear coaches were somewhat important. That's right. So this is a team sport. I think it starts from the coaches down. What I'm hearing is a coaching staff that changed the environment, that helped cultivate my mentality, his mentality, which then put in preparation, and the end result, your reward is off to college, right? So the biggest thing about all this that we're talking about is that nobody gets it for free, right? I've known Tanner for a very short time. This is a very special young man. He is going to do something amazing in this earth, and football, I believe, is the platform, right? So just know that it is going to take work. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you want it, you can do it. The biggest thing is, if I have a freshman in high school and he doesn't know one thing that he should know, like that nugget that is just not the obvious, what would you tell the young athletes that they're freshmen in, for some reason they found that gift is in football? What advice would you give that athlete?
I would just say not to worry about others. You know, I feel like growing up I was always smaller. So I would always like, oh, why am I so small? Why am I not as tall? And I feel like a lot of people think that Division I athletes have to be 6'4", 6'3", something like that. So you're fine if you're shorter, smaller.
Right.
Just put that work in and believe in yourself.
Right.
You know, don't let nobody tell you can't do nothing. And I feel like everyone says that. You know, you always hear, oh, people told me I can't, but I told myself I can. But that's actually true. Believe in yourself. Believe in that you can put in that work in, and that you can go. That you're the best on the team, no matter what. And also train like an athlete. Yeah. My problem was when I was going to the gym, I just wanted to get big. Yeah. I wanted to have that big muscle. I want to have a big chest, whatever. Yeah. Train like an athlete. Don't go in the gym trying to throw up how much weight you can do. Yeah. Don't ego lift. Right. That's how you hurt yourself. So train like an athlete. Do the little stuff. Like what I learned here, the little balances stuff, the little isometric stuff. I never even thought about that. Wow. I was going to the gym just lifting as much as I can. Doing bench press. I haven't done bench press in the gym, I don't know how long. Right. So there's the little things that matter. Yeah. Train like an athlete and believe in yourself, which is the two biggest things I would say as a freshman going in.
Do you need a chip on your shoulder?
You can, of course. That always helps.
Do you have to?
You don't have to, no.
Okay.
Because like if you have a chip on your shoulder, that makes you work harder, of course. Right. But I never really had a chip on my shoulder. You know, Mount Dora is a small little town. Yeah. We're never really good at football. Yeah. So I built with the chip on my shoulder because people never believed in us. Yeah. In school, walking around school, no one thought we were going to win the football game on Friday night. Everyone thought like, oh, we already lost before the game even started. Right. So obviously that made all of us mad in the locker room. But obviously a chip on the shoulder helps, but you don't have to. Okay. But as long as you have the right mentality, you're fine.
Okay. Coach, what you got? I mean, we've covered the basics, but from a female coach's perspective, you've been around the game for a while. You've watched them. You've watched football. You've heard my stories. What is it that you take from? Can you add anything? Is there a nugget?
I like to know when you say mentality, because sometimes people, you say mentality and everyone has their own idea about what that means. So how does that look if you were going to take like the day-to-day steps, the grind of the day-to-day steps? What are some things that you did that your mentality pushed you to do? Right.
So even coming to this year, my mentality was different. You know, when it hit summer, it started to change. Right when I got my football schedule, right when I got my workout schedule, it totally changed. I didn't think I was going to work out 3 times a day. Right. I didn't think I was going to go to the gym 2 times and run for an hour. Right. But my mentality changed over time after seeing like I have to, like not that I have to do it, but I want to do it. There you go. It's a difference between I want to and I have to. Yeah. You know, so going into college, I know I have to run. But I want to run as well so I can get that endurance, so I can get there and I can be in shape. Yeah. So when I get there, I'm not over on my knees, bent over, huffing and puffing. So I'll get there and I impress them.
Which you might still get some of that, right? Of course, because there's going to be some new things going on, right? Environment, endorphins, and things like that. So that's normal. But to be self-prepared, right, so that the new environment doesn't just, whoop your tail, right? Yeah. I like to throw in another kind of way of thinking about it. I played high school, semi-pro, all Army sports. I didn't have a chip on my shoulder, but I had an identity. So I'd like to throw that out there. And can you put them together? Can you say that they both have a place? You say chip on the shoulder sometimes. I say identity. Can you see how you can merge them?
Of course.
All right. And that's some of the things we want y'all to know, because there's nothing wrong with a chip on the shoulder. But what happens when that chip is done?
Yeah, and you can lose love for the game.
What's the passion?
Yeah, you don't know. What are you doing it for?
Right.
At this point, why am I playing football? Why either soccer, volleyball, any sport out there? Right. Why am I playing it?
So, right. And so I'm guessing, but nutrition is probably important in this.
Important. Okay. Growing up, my mom always kept me to a high standard of eating good. Okay. But in high school, started driving, went to a little fast food, started eating a little not too good. But now as I
Chick-fil-A,
start,
y'all.
now as I start eating better, it's like it makes me feel better. I had like I don't know what it was, but the other day I didn't eat like the best one day, and I'm like, dang, I don't feel good.
Feel it.
So I gotta go back but eating is a big thing too. Make sure you get your calories, but good calories, not just I had a donut, so that's whatever 120, whatever 200 calories.
Right.
Get the good calories in, get the protein in, just make sure you eat right because it's also in the kitchen too. Right. How you perform.
I would, when it came to kind of your, social life, because, high school, you hear a lot of people saying, use your high school and have fun. Of course, right? But what does that mean as an athlete who's serious and has this vision?
What can you do and can't do to get to where you're at?
Right. So always have fun. Of course, have fun. Go out with your friends, have fun, but you have to be smart with it.
Right.
Especially with social media nowadays, it's everywhere. So they see everything, especially if you're an athlete. Don't put out on things on social media that you don't want your mom to see or your coach to see or anything because they will find it. Yeah. Eventually. So don't go out and if you're going out partying, keep it secret. Of course, it's fine to go out and have fun. Right. But make sure you're not doing it every single night. Right. You have to be. It's the same thing with the mentality. You have to be locked in what you want to do. Right. So don't go out there and don't be posting stuff. And social media everyone can see it. So just be smart with that. But of course, have fun, have friends. Go out and high school is a time to have fun. Okay. So, but also work. Right. You don't have to be working out the whole day. You don't have to be studying the whole time. But make sure you have fun because I feel like you have to have a good balance in high school. Okay. So.
I like it. I hope that this is insightful because we have a real life athlete that gave you real life perspective. You see that it wasn't easy. You see that it's you're seeing the end result. You're seeing a young man that's now about to take off and start this chapter too. And he has things that he's done well. He has things that he hasn't done so well, and yet he's still going, right? So it's always learning, and it's always being confident in your game, meaning that you can always add to it, right? As soon as you're satisfied, that's when you're going home, right? So check him out. Right, you can obviously find Tanner on our Instagram handle, right? Follow him, support him. Understand this guy is going to go and do some amazing things. I think outside of football, I think football is just kind of that platform for him. But make sure you support, make sure you subscribe this channel. We have more stuff coming, and we look forward to the next one. All right, guys, see ya.